Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandrago's Cave. Today we are gonna be drawing Marco the Phoenix from the One Piece series, from the Whitebeard Crew. Marco is someone that I've been thinking about something very interesting for some time, and I think I'm ready to kind of explain it a little bit forward, okay? For this specific concept, I need to do some sort of baby Marco. I am not gonna go for a full-grown Marco with Phoenix transformation and anything. I fancy doing a baby Marco, okay? So the head is gonna be a little bit bigger and everything like this, okay? Something like this. So, let's do something like this. Cheeky face like this, and the hair is gonna be very tiny like this, okay? Like Kid Marco. So I'm doing this drawing before reading 1163. Everywhere is full of spoilers, but I am trying to avoid them all. Something very relevant for this story that I want to mention is that I think Marco is immortal or some sort of immortal. So in the previous analysis, 1162, that I'm gonna put here if you wanna watch, I'm basically suggesting that the person that is shown in the video fighting Silver Axe, I'm saying that is Marco. I'm saying Marco having the Tori Tori Nomi model Phoenix means that he can have abilities like the Phoenix. We have seen him in the Kaido saga, where he's able basically to regenerate, heal people, and with his flames he can heal many things. So maybe it's not gonna be baby, it's gonna be like do we wanna do baby, or do I wanna do like a kid? Maybe like a kid, maybe, I don't know, let's see what is gonna be, okay? So the thing is, yeah, maybe like a kid. The thing is, I kind of fancy doing like a baby, to be honest. Let's see if I can just get that initial idea in. So I think the guy that we see in 1162 is Marco. I think he is gonna be fighting alongside Whitebeard. I think he is gonna die, but how he is immortal, how he is the Phoenix, he cannot die. So like a proper Phoenix, he may be reborn from his own ashes, basically. Reborn from his own ashes, and I picture this tiny moment where we have a very, very tiny Marco, like this, something like this. It looks like a fruit. Something like this. The eyes, I kind of trying to figure out how to do it, because obviously I'm drawing from imagination and see how we can make him. The face needs to be very round, but I see him. I see Whitebeard escaping from the scene, because they need to escape after the whole war that is happening here in this island, and I see him carrying a baby bird, a baby Marco, very tiny, maybe like this size. In his pocket, on his hat, on his shoulder, like a parrot. There's been a lot of parody always, because he's a bird, a parody with drawing him like he's like a proper pirate story, and he will be like the parrot. And I see something like that happening. I see Marco crying a lot. Marco is very strong, but one of the things that he does in a couple of sagas is obviously he's crying because his friend, his brother Ace, is dead, and then Whitebeard, and then he loses the war of the pieback that is against Blackbeard pirates. They lose there. He basically is destroyed. He cries about the people who has been killed, and at the same time he refuses Shanks's options for joining the crew as well. Okay, the reason for him to say no to that is because he wants to. He says he's tired of being the nanny or taking care of big pirates. As far as we know, that it is my point in the previous analysis, as far as we know, he is with Whitebeard his whole life. So why would he be talking in plural? Why would he be? I don't understand about that. Okay, so why would he be saying that? So I think Marco probably comes from 900 years ago. I think Marco maybe was one of the Joy Boy guys. Like we are seeing more and more people in that line. Like Tori is coming from. Toki is coming from that time. Around that time. And now we have the robot Emmet coming from that time as well. We have Sunisha from that time as well. There are some of the characters being revealed, characters that are big in the story, being revealed to be from that time. So I see a possibility where I'm gonna make it even more baby. There is this possibility where Marco simply was there. He's killed at some point like any other pirate, or he dies like any other person, and when he dies he burns like a phoenix into ashes, and then he is reborn. As I explained in the previous video, depending on the story, you can be reborn as a phoenix, like a little bird, like in Harry Potter, or you can be reborn and have an egg, that the egg is gonna hatch later on, like in some Greek mythologies as well, and then you are a baby. I think in this case of the Phoenix concept in One Piece, I think you keep your memories. That's why he cries. That's why he doesn't want to be nanny of more big pirates, like in this case Shanks, and that is why he's not gone. That's why he comes to Wano to help. That is why he's involved with the Weevil story and the island where Whitebeard was living and all these things. There are a few lines there that for me I think are relevant, and it could be that we have this as an explanation. Okay, I just wanna make probably some flames like this, like he's kind of, I don't know, like playing with the flames like that. Okay, I've done the other day as well a baby Blackbeard drawing talking about the fruits that may be in God Valley, and it can be interesting now to do this one here. Okay, so it can be just like this. It doesn't need to be something crazy. It can be just something like this. Okay, like he's maybe left and right. Maybe we can even draw him with this signature clothing that he has, very tiny clothing like this. Okay, I want to know your opinion. Maybe you can say, oh, this is fanfic, there's never been examples for this, or tests, or I don't know, or kind of hints that this may happen. But the immortality concept, and now more with Imu, the Gorusei, the darkness of these powers that they have, that they can regenerate pieces of their body. It looks like a black mist or black fire as well. All of those things, maybe at some point they manage to have Marco in jail, in prison, in the world government at some point, and they extracted some of his essence, some of his blood. Like now we see Vegapunk being exploring the concept of the seraphims and the devil fruits and being able to canalize these powers into other people. Like Bonnie, for example. Bonnie did not eat a fruit. Bonnie was experimented on, the mother was experimented on by Saturn, and when the baby was born, she was born with specific powers, okay? So there are situations and situations. Oda is closing the story. He's trying to figure out how all these things can be. I want to do like a decoration here. Instead of drawing him with a shirt, I can just do this like being purple. Okay, that is very interesting as well. And there are flames everywhere, maybe like this, and here as well, like this. So basically, I think this can be an idea. Imu, in theory, is immortal. In theory, what I understand by the reading of Doflamingo, when Doflamingo is talking about the world, he's in the prison, and now Rox is referring to Imu as well as the world and the concept of immortality. When Dressrosa happens, what we want in Dressrosa is basically Doflamingo. What he wants is to use the OP to have the immortality surgery that is called done on him, so he can be immortal. No, that is what we understand. But I'm gonna tell you, through my reading, through my understanding of what I think is happening here, like I do my own stories and I do my own characters, I read it a little bit different, okay? I read it as what Doflamingo wanted was to go close to Imu with Law, or with Law's power. Someone was having that fruit that will obey him, and switch hearts, like we see Law doing this in Punk Hazard with Nami, Sanji, Frankie, Chopper. They swap the hearts, they swap the personalities. I think that is originally as well what Imu did. I think when we are gonna see Imu, that I'm gonna put my Imu video here, because we are talking about the concept of immortality today and the concept of everlasting life. So I think that is as well what happened with Lily. Nefertari di Lily. That this is Bibi's ancestor. So Bibi's family line, Bibi comes from the brother of Lily. Okay, at that point, 900 years ago, you had Lily, that was supposed to be the queen of Arabasta. She was the queen of Arabasta, and Lily had a brother that we don't know the name of the brother yet. Lily disappeared, and the brother took over the kingdom of Arabasta, and they continued growing in Arabasta instead of being into Marejua, because Lily didn't want to go to Marejua. Okay, so all of that part, we have it clear. Okay, so what happened there, in my opinion, is that she didn't disappear. What happened is that Imu used the OP to put, I think Imu as initially is a man, and I think Imu put his heart inside Lily's body and Lily's inside Sunisha, and there was like a swap there. And when we see Imu's real face in now, when we have to fight her at some point, she is gonna be looking exactly like Bibi. Luffy is gonna be, oh my god, Bibi, what are you doing here? He's gonna have blue hair, everything, and that's gonna be the question there. Okay, how this happened, and just feel free to revisit this video when we are further in the story and see if that happened or not. But I find it very interesting. If Oda does something like this, I will find it very very interesting. Obviously, I can be mistaken here, and something else can be actioned there, and something else can happen. But at this time, for what I'm reading at the moment, I don't see any kind of other possibility. The concept of immortality is very important in One Piece. We have been touching it for a very long time already, and now with the Gorosei even more, and it needs to be, I would say, present somehow, okay? So let's do tiny drawing today, tiny drawing, that is very nice. Normally I draw larger, but this is very, very nice. So Marco is wearing this kind of tiny, I'm gonna actually make him like he has no shoes, okay, like this. So we can paint a little bit of different colors and everything here, okay? So we have flames, we're gonna do some flames here. I don't wanna make them perfect, I wanna make them irregular, like maybe he's a little bit even like this all over, and here on the hair as well a little bit, okay? Going out of the lines, because why not? He is not controlling the power because he's baby. He has all the knowledge, but he maybe can't speak yet or something like this. So coming back a little bit to, feel free to ask any question about Imu, and I will be able to explain further in text in the comment section, because if there was a point that you didn't understand or anything, okay? But for the sake of Marco and the concept of the drawing, I want to know your opinion. I want to know if you will like this take, for example, if you will not like it and why, and yeah, kind of let's entangle in conversation and see what we can unravel from Marco. It is true that Marco is a mystery. I don't know why we will keep him for longer. He's a nice character, he's a nice guy, but I don't think it is relevant in the sense of we had to have him. There is no other way to save the Ice Demon people transformed from Wano Saga. I wouldn't say that. So if we have been having these reminders of Marco is here, Marco is here, Marco is here, is because he needs to do something relevant, okay? He has an important role in the story, obviously, fighting Kaido and fighting especially King and Queen, while Zorro and Sanji are able to position themselves and fight themselves, those two titans. But the essence of Marco, and now as well mixing him with the storyline with Weeble, is about rebirth, about immortality, about Phoenix, about healing, about everlasting life. I think that is his point, okay? I think he has information. I think he may reveal at some point, yes, I was captured at some point. They experimented on me 900 years ago, and because of this, Imo was able to live so long. It is my fault, and since then I've been trying to help other pirates, other generations, while I was being reborn, to kind of keep up the pirate world at high standard, so they didn't actually control the seas as such, because the world government control the lands, but they don't control the seas. The seas are controlled by the Jonkos. It's never explained at what point the Jonkos are created. Here in the Rocks flashback, we don't see the concept of Jonko being mentioned, so probably after God Valley, that this is around 40 years ago, this is created. And because the timeline, you can say as well, oh no, you know, Marco can't be that person, because at that point it is confirmed that he was around 4 or 5. So this guy can't be Marco. It is in the Bibre card, or in the you know, if you check online in the information of him, he's around 45 in real time. So the times wouldn't match. But what I'm saying is that information, I think Oda can twist it and adapt it to what we need. What we need is him being immortal. I think it is interesting, okay? Regarding the concept of him with Weeble, what's gonna happen with that, what is not gonna happen. Initially, with the Weeble video that I've done. I will put it here if I can. If not, you can see it in the show more section. In that initial video, I suggested that because Miss Backings, that's S2C, original S2C, was begging him and blaming him, so you were busy doing other things, and my kid had to protect your land, and now the government, the Marines, took him to Impel Down. I think still there is going to be a second break of Impel Down, and leading this is going to be Doflamingo, that is going to be controlling Weeble, most probably, because he is very innocent and very able to trick, basically. I think Weeble is a first clone of, because if you see S2C is the first clone that is good, but I think there was a clone before that this is Weeble that didn't work properly because he didn't look like him, and we see this perfectionism when the whole story with Momo, that when we are in Egghead, I was actually reading the other day, like he's actually, Luffy, what color is that new dragon? And he said, oh, it's pink, well, peach color. He's like, oh my god, what a failure. It's not exactly the same, but it is exactly the same. Its only difference is the color. So I find this very interesting. I think S2C, Vegapunk, especially Vegapunk, tried to do a clone first before S2C and failed because it looks more like a zombie. It looks more like something that Gecko Moria with Hawkback will do than anything. But Mother's love, because S2C wanted to have a family with Whitebeard, but he didn't want to. She kept that son, that baby, as son. So it is actually son. It is actually a clone as such of the original Whitebeard. Okay, so this is something that I think we need an explanation as well here. At the very end of the flashback, I think there are possibilities to, because you need to tie the story of Weeble somehow into the story, and we haven't seen any kind of important thing regarding him yet. So I think it can be interesting. So if you finish the flashback and make S2C escape with some sort of hair from Whitebeard, or I don't know, something that then S2C will end up with, because we know that she ends up later with maths, with Vegapunk, and she can experiment and explore this concept. She doesn't want to lose, or she, oh my god, why? Because the love, and they actually experiment on his tissue, let's say, as well. Whitebeard had, until around Rocks Pirates, a very long mane, like blonde mane and everything, and now we see him very bald in the present time before he dies and everything. So it may be as well that she actually took the whole hair and they experimented with the hair to replicate a son. That is something that I would like. I know it's a little bit bizarre and a little bit sad and creepy and a little bit weird from, S2C to do all these things, but she's been weird. She's been obsessed with him. She's been, like, I would say worse than Sanji, when Sanji is, oh my god, this girl, oh my god, this other girl. I don't like that much, but S2C has been even worse than that. So it can be nice. It can be nice. I would like it. I want to know your opinion. And yeah, so this would be the only way to connect Marco now with Weeble and the whole story, to see what's going to happen with that. Okay, let's do this. I want to do the head here. It's very important, I think, the frustration. Maybe with Whitebeard, he found his father, a figure as a father for him. Maybe with Whitebeard, he found this person that he thought he could be the next Joy Boy, like Ace as well wanted him to be the king of the pirates and everything. But Whitebeard wasn't interested in this. Okay, so I find it interesting that Marco at this point could have just accepted that, okay, I've been living for 900 years, being resurrected or being reborn or being resurging from my own ashes and everything for 900 years, and now I think it's time to, with Whitebeard, to stop, stay here and not participate. That's why he didn't want to participate. That's why he says, oh, I will not be babysitter again. You know, I just do your own thing, and that's okay, and I'm okay with it, because the feeling that he irradiates, it is not like Copacabana. It's not like Rayleigh, that is like, oh, you know, our era is over. Now is, guys, Luffy, now is your era. It is not that feeling. It is a feeling of being tired. It's a feeling of, I've done this for centuries, and yeah, now you are the superstars. Like he says this, the stars are taking the stage now with Zorro and Sanji, and he kind of goes to a second plano there. It's interesting, and yeah, I don't know, but I've been thinking about this for some time now. Seeing this drawing there, I was like, ooh. I mentioned it in that episode, in the analysis. I said, oh, I am gonna do a video about Marco, but obviously we can do another day. Exploration of Marco. We can draw him as an adult, how transformed into Phoenix and everything, or just normal, and we can explore his progress, what he's done during the whole One Piece, what type of powers he has and everything. This is more about immortality and how this would play in the story. Let's do, I think we need to do, why is this white, this 01 not working properly? Let's see this one here. This one is better. Okay, just want to do a little bit of line work so we can pump the line a little bit. But yeah, let's do this part as well. For the face, we have a baby Marco the Phoenix. He's just been, I just made it more like maybe 1 year old or almost 2 years old type of baby, like Blackbeard the other day. But I truly think once he transforms, he's gonna be looking like a bird that is basically all head and very tiny body. Probably that's gonna be looking more like a bird than a person, and with the hair, maybe it's a flame. Even the hair is a flame. That can be very interesting as well. Another day we could do that drawing as well. Yeah, why not? Like this. Okay. And like this. Okay. Good. This is looking good. Feel free to ask questions in the comments. Say if you agree, if you don't agree, why, and let's open conversation. Okay, let's do all of these. Missing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Yeah. Okay. Here we have baby Marco, the Immortal. Marco the Phoenix is immortal, and we almost lost him because he was shackled in Marineford by Onigumo, the one who looks like a spider, and they trapped him there and they pierced him there, and he regened there as well. So Marco is a character that we could do a full YouTube channel about him, talking about why not, and how not. So let's do some of the extra lines here, like he's a little bit shining around like this, and here. And yeah, feel free to express as well your opinion about the concept of immortality in One Piece. What do you think about Imu, about the Gorosei? Why is that? It has to have a reason. Imu can have all the powers in the world, so it must have a reason. We have seen the exploration and the experimentation with Mats, with Saturn, with Vegapunk. It can be that they have used him as well to do some of these enhancements, and I'm very curious. I'm very curious. Okay, let's do this and like this. We finished for today. Okay, I'm just gonna sign. Where is the pen? The pen here. Okay, this is not this one. Again, I took the wrong pen. This is David DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23. You can say it as you want, and this is the Mandrago's Cave. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed this Immortal theory. And yeah, I see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.